Welcome to the second installment of Game On. This week's debate, multiplayer versus single player. Game on!
All by myself.
Single player, go first.
Oh,
You have 2 minutes.
I don't care about 2 minutes. Single player, I say, is better because you're playing by yourself. Mainly because you don't have to deal with jerks and idiots. Even if you're playing with a friend, sometimes it goes bad because sometimes the computer generate, the AI is changing. With a few exceptions, of course, but I'm not talking about that because I'm defending my single player. Anyway, I still say it's better because you don't have to worry about the ever-changing AI based on difficulty, and you don't have to deal with other people. So, I'm done. I don't care about 2 minutes.
Alright. Multiplayer? Why is it better? Well, what makes anything better? Having friends. If you are all playing the same game, you can have a lot of fun. Even if it's co-op, competitive, it's going to be a great time because you control other people if you're doing competitive play. You could be, you could go out there, you can have a friend that is constantly watching your back, you could be constantly watching his back, you can meet new friends doing the multiplayer. You can join a clan, you can create a following. Multiplayer is a lot better. With co-op and everything, you team up with, random people, making new friends again. If you're one of those people that sit on your couch and don't do anything at all in life, make friends. There's a great world out there to the multiplayer. Heck, look at MMOs. Thousands of people. Thousands of people to troll. Multiplayer is a lot of fun, allows you to have more interactiveness, meet new people. I guess that's going to be my my thing whenever I talk about multiplayer. Meet new people. That's about it with multiplayer. I mean, not really anything to it. It's just meet new people.
My turn?
Yes.
In rebuttal to that, MMOs are great. But, example of certain games are, you can play a lot of MMOs and you feel like you're by yourself. So you're playing single player sometimes. Tell me I'm wrong.
No. I mean, whenever I play World of Warcraft and everything, I get on and I have people pestering me all the time doing
I know.
instances.
I'm by myself. I don't like talking to people on there. A lot of them are sucky anyway. Okay, I do have one question for you. Besides one game that just recently came out. Name one console-based, multiplayer only that was successful.
Mag was pretty successful for the first 6 months, but then again, you show me one game really that originally came out on a console, the original new consoles, original game that is still played today.
What do you mean?
An original single-player game that came out on consoles and everything that people still play to this day. We're talking original launch.
Original launch. Our friend has something to say.
I still play Resistance every day.
Okay, but still, I'm talking a huge follow.
Skyrim.
That's not a
That's
launch
not an
title.
original launch.
You're talking original launch? I don't even remember the original launch games.
Call of Duty 2, King Kong.
But why are you wanting to talk about
Well, I'm just
releases?
saying, you're saying that a game, the multiplayer doesn't last that long and everything. Well, yeah, people go through phases. We're going to say, oh, okay, well, 6 months of playing this, yeah, I don't want to play that anymore, I want to play something else.
Yeah, well, what I'm talking about is multiplayer only has, on its own, has not been successful for a console-based game. It has to either have a single-player game or it has to have something else with it. That's what I'm saying.
See, I don't get that. I honestly think that, just, to me personally, if I get 6 months out of a game, I'm happy with that. I have no problem with that. There was Brink. Brink lasted for a long time. A lot of people still play Brink, even though that was a terrible
I
game.
hate Brink. See, that's what I'm talking about. Multiplayer only games have not been that successful.
But I'm not saying, there has to be only a multiplayer game. World of Warcraft.
It's losing followers now, though.
EverQuest.
I'm not talking about those.
RuneScape is getting a brand new. Yeah, RuneScape 3. I'm pretty excited about it.
I haven't played RuneScape since it was grid boxed.
Oh, back in school days. The original, whenever it still had beta on the screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so back to my single player. I mean, I want to talk about example of Borderlands 2.
Okay, what about it?
When you get into co-op games or when you play multiplayer, it changes the difficulty, does it not?
Yes.
Okay, I've played several games just recently where as soon as I jumped into multiplayer games or they're jumping into my game, they can't play. I don't like playing with them. It's not fun for me.
What do you mean they can't play?
They suck. I do better on my own.
Okay, well that's just some people. I mean, granted, yes, there are bad players out there that drag them down.
And I don't mean to be rude to these terrible players, but I mean, the game changes its difficulty on us. Is that really fair for multiplayer, or is that unfair?
Actually, I think it's quite a fair thing. If you have two people going through a game and everything, and they're just breezing through it, yes, difficulty needs to increase. A great example of this, Diablo 2.
Okay.
Diablo 2 was really well balanced. The more people that came in, the harder it got. And I think that was honestly the first game I've ever encountered that actually did that. But
some games, I want to argue, started out as single players, and then they threw in multiplayer, and it kind of ruined the game.
like,
Okay, did Assassin's Creed really need multiplayer?
no, not really. But
But
here, I don't like Assassin's Creed, so I'm the worst person to actually ask that.
Now, a lot of people like Assassin's Creed multiplayer. That's fine, but you're taking a completely single-player based game, and you're gonna just throw in multiplayer because you guys think it needs to be in there.
I'll agree. There are some games out there that don't need multiplayer at all.
So that's what I wanted to talk about and defend, is that single-player games need to stay single-player. If you want to have your multiplayer Call of Duty, fine,
But
I'm not very good at them.
But you have to admit, the Assassin's Creed multiplayer is pretty neat. Go running around and everything. You can hide amongst people and everything.
It's fun for a while.
I did play that. I did play the multiplayer. I got Brotherhood and I played it. And I found it fun.
It's also very aggravating.
Yeah, it is. Because you'd be like, oh, I know that's him. I know that's him. Oh, no, that wasn't him. Shit.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, I love single-player games. I normally play by myself anyway.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm lonely. I just don't have a lot of people I want to talk to on Xbox or PSN or whatever. I like playing games by myself. I'm in control. That's what it is.
Yes.
He says meet new people. I'm in control of the game. Not them. Not the multiplayer people. Not the hosts for Call of Duty
Well,
who rage quit all the time.
Call of Duty is somewhat server-based now for computers.
For computers only, but I'm talking consoles right now.
I think this was a test for the new Call of Duty that's going to be server-based.
Okay. But I give PC... They have both, of course, but a lot of PC gamers, as far as I'm concerned, are multiplayer
Yes.
people. Okay, before I wrap it up, I have one last thing to say. Now, he says about co-op, that's great, you can play with friends, but a lot of games are starting to turn to where you have to have your own console. So, what do you have to have overall? An internet connection.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not fair to everyone.
No, but there's still some split-screen games out there.
Not nearly as many as there used to be.
No.
The co-op has nearly wrote itself out of existence. They don't put it in there.
I would say yes and no. No being the fact that Fuse just came out last Tuesday and it is split-screen capable.
That's good. I love co-op in its own way because I can actually have someone there, but I still like single player. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, I'm going to cut you guys off here. We want you guys to tell us who won, multiplayer or single player. Leave your comments down below, your votes, and remember, like,
Comment.
Subscribe.